Hey, it's Mark, and today I'm going to show you how to do a beginner's workout. Body weight, no equipment required. You can do this at home, you can do this outside, and you're not going to need anything except maybe a mat, or if you're going to do this at home, just like a soft floor, you can do this on your carpet. Okay, so this is for those that are completely new to training. If you don't have access to the gym or you just want to get into fitness, then we can start with this workout, and it's going to be very straightforward. It's going to be 8 exercises, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds to rest, so every minute on the minute, and that's going to be 1 round. Okay, very short. But before we start the workout, I'm going to show you guys how to stretch and how to warm up for that. Okay, so before we even start our exercise, our training, what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure that we're not too tight. We're going to stretch out our calves. Most of us, it's going to be pretty tight, so I recommend just go up against the wall and then bring one leg back. I'm just going to stretch it out. We're not going to hold it for too long. We're just going to hold it for about 15 seconds. Okay, no longer than that. Try and feel the stretch here. All right, hold it. This is also allowing you to improve the flexibility, the mobility of your ankle, which will help us later on when we're doing our squats. Okay, so here 15 seconds, hold it here 15 seconds. You can play around, you can twist the hip, you can maybe bend the knee, see where it feels tight, and we're just going to hold that position. Okay, so after we've done 15 seconds, you can relax, and if it feels super tight, then you can hold it for 3 sets of 15 seconds. If it's not too bad, let's just do 1. Okay, now we're going to warm up. Okay, for the warm-ups, I like to start off with some Cossack, so going side to side, just one leg straight coming down, opening up the hips, going down like that. All right, now the goal here is to also have, after we've stretched out our calves, to keep the heel on the floor the whole time, so don't come down and it comes up. The heel comes up. Gonna keep that heel planted on the floor and slowly going side to side, going lower and lower every single time. So for all the leg, lower body exercises we're going to be doing for the warm-ups, we're going to be doing 10. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to be going down on the floor and we're going to be activating the glutes. So for a lot of us who've been sitting down all day, working, studying, gaming, we tend to sit down a lot, even when we're traveling, just in general. So what happens is our glutes get shut off. So what we want to do is activate them again. So we're going to be getting down on the floor, and we're going to be doing a couple things in this position. We're going to be activating the glutes, and we're also going to be using this position, lying down on our back, to help us find our squat stance, our ideal squat stance, because everybody has a different squat stance. So first of all, to activate the glutes, we're going to be lying down, drive the hips up, push with your heels, but you're still keeping the whole foot flat on the floor. Okay, you're going to have your foot a little bit in front of the kneecap, open your hips. You want to align your feet with the hips. You're not going to be pointing the feet further out or further in. Just in line, everything, and driving up and back. Okay, bring your chest out a little bit so you can activate your back a little bit more. Coming down and then driving this direction. So not directly up, we're actually pushing this direction. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, down, up and down, push. 3 seconds. 2, 3. So you're going to do that for 10 reps, and this is going to help you activate the glutes. So you're going to consciously bring yourself up, squeeze your bum together at the top. Okay, then after that we're going to find our ideal squat stance. Okay, so what we're going to do is from here we're going to pretend that we're standing up on the floor, and we're going to squat. So we're going to bring our legs up, just naturally bring them up as high as you can, keeping your back straight. Okay, and then from here you can kind of tell where your legs would be if you're able to squat as low as possible. Okay, so for me it's going to be about mid-width apart. My feet are going to be pointed out slightly, so I know from here this is the ideal squat stance for me, so I can get down really low from here. Okay, then I'm going to use that. I'm going to apply that now. So I'm going to stand up, and we're going to do our bodyweight squats. Okay, so for some people they're going to be wider, for some people it's going to be narrower. Everyone's different, so try and find out what works for you. I'm going to do 10 bodyweight squats. Squat as low as you can. So after you've done your heels on the back and you've stretched out your calves, it's going to allow you to squat lower. So for a lot of people, if their calves are tight, they're going to squat down and then their heels are going to come up because the calves are super tight. So let's just do 2 more. 1, 2. Okay. Next up, reverse lunges. We're going to be lunging back. Keep activating the glutes a little bit more. Activate the quads. Okay. Just like that. Okay. 10 again. And then after this, we're going to get into our upper body warm up. So activating now the core, back, shoulders, chest, triceps. Okay. So after you've done your 10, now we're going to be doing an exercise called the inchworm. So the inchworm is really great exercise. I like doing it because it's working a whole lot of different muscle groups, and we're also going to be doing this later on as one of our exercises in the circuit. Okay, so you're going to walk out with your hands as far as you can. All right, so I'm emphasizing as far as you can, so you don't have to go out really far. If you can only get into a push-up plank position, if that's the furthest you can go with your hands, then just stop there. Okay, so this is me showing you different options of doing this circuit for the different exercises. So you don't have to do things that you can't handle. Do what you can, yeah? So we're gonna be walking out and we're gonna hold it for 3 seconds. Bring the hips down so you can feel your core a little better. 1, 2, 3, walking back. Now, if you need to, stand up, take a deep breath, and do it again. If you don't need to stand up, if you can keep going, keep going. We're going to be just doing 5 of these, okay? Walk forward. So if you can, go even further forward. Reach out, keep the shoulders tight, hips down. 1, 2, 3. And if you don't need to stand up, don't stand up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So keep going. 5 of those. And then we're finally ready, okay? Now we can do our workout. What you're also going to need for this workout is timer, okay, a stopwatch or a clock. So I've got my stopwatch here, and then from here you can keep track of the time. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Starting off with high knees, then our squats, then we're going to be doing just what we just did, inchworms, then heel walks. I'm going to show you that later as something new. You might not know this one. Push-ups after that. And then we're going to finish off with core. We're going to be doing levitation crunches and cross-body mountain climbers, not going too fast. And then finishing off with our high elbow planks. Okay? So, now that the warm-up's done, let's start off with our first exercise. Okay? So I'm going to do it with you guys. I'm going to do it together. And I'm going to show you different options of making it more difficult. I'm going to start it with the easier version first, okay? All right, guys. Ready? All right, 30 seconds. We're going to start off with our high knees, okay? It's going to be like this, up and down. Okay, this is for low impact. If you've got knee problems, if you're finding it too difficult to jump off the floor, taking both feet off the floor, then do it low impact, okay? Just like this. But if you can, you go up, make it more high impact. Make it more intense. Bring the heart rate up, okay? All right, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So just up like this. Just up like this. Now, if you can, we're gonna bring it up. All right. Tap them. Tap the knees, or if you can, you're gonna bring it really high up, and you're gonna keep going. All right. So for the time, try not to stop. If you find it really difficult, you can bring the intensity down. If this is getting too difficult for the time, bring it back to this, okay? And that's time. Okay, 30 seconds. Next up, we're gonna get into our squats. So we just got our heart rate up, everything's warmed up. Now we're just gonna do our squats. So starting off with just up and down. If that is easy, you can do it more difficult. If you can do it harder, then we're going to be doing it without standing up, okay? So that's the progression of that. And remember, this is a beginner's workout, okay? 2, 1, and let's go. Up and down, okay? Very, very straightforward, very simple. Go down as low as you can, so you stretch out your calves. Let's get that range low. Okay. Open the hips in line with the feet. Up and down. If you can, don't stand up. So like this. So now you're bringing in that lactic acid in your quads, burning them. Okay, 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, inchworms. Okay, just like what we did in the warm-up, reaching out, feeling that core. So I'll do it first to a plank position, stand up, and then I'm going to show you guys how we're going to be doing it further forward and making it more intense. Okay. All right. Let's get ready. 5, 4. Make sure you also don't slip. 2, 1. All right. Let's go. So walking forward, hips down. 1, 2, 3. Standing up. Now, if you can, walking all the way forward. 1, 2, 3. Back. Go stand up. 3. And that's it. All right. Next up, heel walks. This one's a little bit different. This one we're going to be focusing on the hamstring. We're going to be lying down, and then we're going to be having small steps. So just make sure your head is on the mat. Small steps, keeping your bum off the floor the whole time. So keep your hips up. Tiny steps with the toes pointed up, just staying on the heels. Okay, all the way out and in. So this is going to target your hamstrings, okay? And let's go. 30 seconds. So also keep the chest out a little bit. Straighten the legs. And then in again. Okay? Slowly, slowly out. Small steps. You don't like smack the floor. Don't hit it hard. Just go slowly, gently out. Always keep your bum up. And you're really going to feel those hamstrings, okay? Bring your hips higher when you come in. And keep the toes up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and relax. Keep it moving. So if you're struggling with the exercise, you can stop. But ideally, you want to just keep going, making it easier for you. Okay? So if you feel like you couldn't come back in, just stay out there. Or probably being out there, if your legs straight, would be more difficult. All right? Next one, we're going to be doing push-ups. So push-ups, start on the knees. Let me show you. 2, 1, and let's go. So on the knees, up and down. So notice how I am not having my hips up. I'm actually gonna have my hips forward a little bit. So I'm leading with my chest. I got my shoulders towards the hips, chest out. If you can, of course, still on the feet. And then look at my hand placement. So it's actually gonna be on the outside of the mat, slightly. So it's feeling nice and comfortable. I can feel my chest, leading with my chest. Okay. That's for your time. Okay, now core. So first one, very, very straightforward, levitation crunches. So don't put your hands behind the head. We're actually going to have them at the ears, and it's not going to be supporting for straightening the neck. So you're going to have your head off the floor the whole time, and it's going to look like this. So common mistake is to have a gap in your lower back. You actually want no gap, so you want to push your stomach down into the floor so that you don't feel your lower back, and you keep your core retracted at all times. And you're gonna flex your upper abs with this exercise, okay? Think about flexing up and on the way down. You're always engaged. Okay, one more. All right, then next up, we're gonna be turning around and we're gonna be doing cross-body mountain climbers. So for the cross-body mountain climbers, we're gonna be driving the knee to the opposite elbow, okay? We don't have to go fast. Main thing is that we're feeling our core, and if you can bring the intensity up, you can go a lot faster, okay? But this is according to how you feel. So it's gonna be foot off the floor and drive it in, keep it off back there, and let's go. So do not bring it like this. Keep the foot off the floor. Crunch in every time. Crunch in. Feel your abs. Okay? You can pick up the speed a little bit while still feeling it. It's okay to round your back a little bit. What we're doing right now is we're focusing on that core. We're keeping it engaged and we're crunching in. Okay? 5 more seconds. 1 and time. Last one we're going to be doing is the plank. Now, the plank, in my opinion, the conventional plank is not a great exercise, but we're going to change it slightly. We're going to make it higher with the elbows. So we're not going to be here. We're going to be up here with the elbows. Okay, it's going to be more challenging, but you're going to be using your core a lot better in that position. Okay, so and time. Let's go. Holding it. So you see how I got my elbows a lot higher. So your regular plank, you probably see a lot of people doing it like this. We're going to be holding it here. Keep your feet a little bit apart and have your hips down, and you're going to really feel your core. Hold this for as long as you can, for 30 seconds. Okay, so if you can't hold it any longer, drop down, take a deep breath, bring yourself up again until you've hit the 30 seconds. And time. All right, done. Okay, so that was one round. So I suggest that we're going to be doing one round for the first 2 times. If that's feeling okay, without changing the exercise, without making it more difficult, let's go then for 2 rounds. What you can do is you can finish a round, rest for a couple minutes, and then repeat it again. Okay, so small progressions rather than just jumping into the deep end and really making the exercise super difficult, struggling, and then just losing your motivation. So do stuff that you can handle and take it from there, or you can stick to 1 round and make the exercises themselves more difficult. This is a very, very short exercise routine. This is a really short workout, okay? So you can do this anywhere. Yeah, I made this really, really convenient. No equipment needed, and progress at your own pace. So start off with doing it 1 round for 2 sessions, 2 separate sessions, rest for a couple days between each of them, and then you can start doing it for 2 rounds, and then 3, and then making the exercises more difficult. And then eventually what you can do is you can decrease the rest time and increase that work time. So you can do rather than 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest, you can do 40 seconds on and then just 20 seconds rest. Okay, so you got all these different options to play with. All right, super nice weather today. I really wanted to do it outside. I hope you guys enjoy the video. We'll be back soon. We're going to be doing some more. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you.